Hey guys, so yesterday, I'm sorry I had to leave kind of early. My mom called and then I had work to do. But while I was at work, there were a couple of other things I was thinking about that I had really wanted to talk about. One was, I'm sure a lot of you heard about Emma Watson speaking to the UN and her He for She campaign, inviting men to step forward and fight for equal rights with women. And she had some great things to say about men as well having their own issues, which I want to talk about in a little bit. And then I also saw a video by a girl named Lacey Green who called out another YouTuber for his pranks, and then he came out saying it was a social experiment and basically just a bunch of bullshit. But let's go back to this issue. Lacey Green is a feminist. Emma Watson is asking men to step forward and help with the fight for equal rights for women. And, you know, I have to agree with both of them. There's another video I had seen, a TED Talk by Dr. Jackson Katz, and he says this isn't just a women's issue, this violence against women, it's also a men's issue. Why is it a men's issue? Well, I feel it's also a man's issue because not only are we the ones committing it, not all of us are, but there are a select few who feel that they should have power over women. But this is also something society teaches men, that men should be in control. Men are supposed to be dominant. Men are supposed to be strong. Last fall, I was on a retreat with my church, and I gave a talk to the guys. We called it the Guy Talk, and it's about sexuality and relationships and dating and what it means to be a man of God. And I asked them at the start of my talk, I said, guys, tell me, what is a man supposed to be? Describe a man for me. And from these 14, 15, 16-year-old guys, I got a man is supposed to be strong. He's supposed to be in control. He's supposed to be dominant. He's supposed to be a leader. Which, these are all great things, but let's think about that. He's supposed to be strong, buff, swole, which I guess means buff, built up, ripped, whatever. Okay? These kids, most of them really skinny like I am, are told to look up to this standard of, as a man, you're supposed to be at least 6 foot tall, maybe 150 pounds of muscle. You're supposed to be in control. You're supposed to be dominant. But then what does that mean? Does that mean guys can't be creative? That we're not supposed to be artistic because that's more of a woman's thing? That we can't express our emotions? That we're supposed to keep it inside and put on a strong face to show that stuff doesn't bother us? This week I've been dealing with a busted wrist at work. Last night, I can't cut anything. I'm not allowed to hold a knife for the next few days. And I felt almost ashamed of having to ask for help. To ask one of my buddies, hey, can you cut this lemon for me? We're told that it's okay to ask for help, and yet we tell guys, don't be a pussy, man up. Now let's think about that. Don't be a pussy? We're using women's genitalia as an insult? I don't know about you, but the last time I got hit in the nuts, it hurt a lot. And yet women can push something roughly the size and shape of a watermelon through a quarter-sized hole. We use the term pussy as an insult, and we put down women, and we tell guys, stop being a little bitch. some of the strongest people I know in my life have been women. I'm not just saying that my own mother is the strongest person in my life simply because she's my mother and she raised my brother and I, but because she did it with a disability. My dad was in my life, yes. He wasn't always the father I wanted him to be or I needed him to be, but he's still the dad I loved. He still taught me to work hard, to take care of others. But my mother was the one who taught me to be strong. She taught me to always get back up when life knocks you down. Every day was a struggle for her to even get out of bed because of her disability. But she still did it. She still went to her doctor's appointments. She still fought to maintain as healthy a life as she could have. And yet we put women down and say they are weak. We say that men are supposed to be in charge. And that's not the case. We're supposed to be equals. But what is equal about a woman having my same credentials, going to the same school that I went, having the same work experience, making minimum wage, and I'm making at least $2 more than she is? What is equal about a woman in her lifetime making up to and probably even more than $450,000 less than a man will make in his lifetime? What is equal about at least 10% of rape victims being men, but we don't ask what happened? Instead, we ask the other 90%, what were you wearing? We ask women and girls, what did you do to provoke a rape? In domestic violence, we ask, what did you do to provoke the man hitting you? We blame women when they become victims because of crimes that men committed. When we look at gender and sex, we try to define both of them. When we say sex, we try to keep sex to just the physical, physiological differences between men and women. And gender, we say, is a social identification, but I don't think it's social ID. You are who you are. We take the qualities of the male gender, put it in a blue box, and give it a list. And we take the qualities of the female gender, put it in a pink box, and give it a list. And we say this is what a man is supposed to be, and this is what a woman is supposed to be. Men are supposed to be protective. They're supposed to be fighters. Women are supposed to be nurturing and caring. Men are supposed to be builders, strong and confident. Women are kind and loving. Women are more empathetic. But we can't do that. I shouldn't go into a Toys R Us and see boys' toys and see Legos, G.I. Joes, toy guns, which I don't believe in anyways, and see girls' toys, a toy vacuum, a broom and a dustbin. We say you give boys things they can construct and girls things to nurture. I'm a cook. I help feed people. I help nurture them. What does that say? Does that mean I'm less of a man because of that? Why can't girls have Legos too? Why are we giving girls toys, a toy vacuum cleaner, a toy broom and dustbin? What is that teaching them? That they're only good for cleaning? That they should stay in the kitchen? Which, by the way, is another thing I really hate. That when we say women should stay in the kitchen, almost 90% of the chefs, professional chefs, and kitchen staff in the United States, and probably even the world, are men. We have men who think they can dictate what women should find hot and attractive. If a girl says she thinks it's a major turn-on when a guy asks her permission to kiss her, "Yeah, damn right, I'm going to ask her if I can kiss her." But we have men saying, "No, you should not find that attractive." They say boys don't listen to her. That is how you don't get laid. What if I don't want to get laid? What if I'm not looking for sex? I want a real relationship. I want someone whom I can share my feelings with, who I can share my life with, I can share my passions with. I want someone who I can love and who will love me back. I don't just want another body in a bed to sleep with. Because of my work, my wife is going to have to be independent. And I'm fine with that, but here's what gets to me. We say dads are supposed to be there for the children and help raise them, which I strongly feel is true, but because of my work, I work weekends, I work at night. I'm afraid I won't be able to help raise my children, that I won't be the dad they need, that I won't be able to be at their football games or baseball games or whatever other sports they play. That as a man, I'm not supposed to admit these fears, these insecurities about fatherhood. As a man, I'm supposed to be there and take care of my family. But I don't just want to take care of my family and provide for them. I want to raise my children. I want to protect them and look after them. I don't want to just be the breadwinner. I want a woman whom I can respect and who will respect me in return. And let's talk about that. Respecting women. Honestly, guys, how would you feel if someone disrespected your grandmother, your mother, an aunt, any cousins you have, your sister, or for you fathers out there, your own daughter? I'm pretty certain you would be pissed. So why do you think you have the right to touch her and to control her body? She should be able to make her own decisions for what happens to her own body. We shouldn't make laws saying, no, she can't do this, yes, she can do that. We should help and support her. Personally, do I think abortion is right? No. But I've been in a situation where I had a girlfriend who felt she needed to get an abortion because she thought she was pregnant from her ex. But it was her choice. And I said I would stand by her. It's not up to me to say, no, you can't do that. I personally don't support them, but at the same time, I respect her right to make decisions about her own body. We live in a country whose founding documents say every man has the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, and we fought wars for those rights, but we say these two men can't be married, these two men who love each other can't be happy together. Why should I be allowed to be happy with the girl of my dreams? But if another girl finds the girl of her dreams, or if another man finds the man of his dreams, they can't be married. There's not much I personally can do to help support them and others like them and other people like them. But I can still speak out, and that's why I'm recording this today. I'm just one voice shouting for those who can only whisper. But if enough voices speak out, we can bring about change, and that is what we need, not just for women, but also for men. Society is holding men down too and pinning them into this blue box, saying this is how men are supposed to be, and they cannot have traits that cross over into this little pink box over here, because that is how women are supposed to be. I am not just a feminist. I am so much more than that. I feel everyone, men, women, transgender, whatever you personally identify as, I believe you have the basic right to be happy. You do not have to be dehumanized. You should be treated with respect and decency as a human being, because no matter what gender you identify as, no matter what sexuality you are, whom you are attracted to, whom you want to love, whom you want to spend your life with, it doesn't matter. Race, skin color, ethnicity, whatever. We are all human beings. We are people. We are not objects to be controlled, to be broken down into parts and reassembled. I know this video is a little bit longer than I intended, and I'm sorry. But I just needed to speak out because this has been something that's been on my heart and has weighed heavily on my mind for at least a year, if not more. I remember the first time I heard the term feminist and it was negative, and that was back in high school. And then about a year and a half ago, my youth group was watching a music video. I don't remember what the song was, but it opened up with someone smashing a bottle of vodka over a woman's head. And everyone said, "Oh yes, we like the song, but we just can't show the video." No. I don't support that. And my friend, one of my best friends, whom I can go to with anything, I turned to her and I said, "I don't like this. I don't like the song because of the video. I don't like what the band is doing." And she said, "You know what? You're a little bit of a feminist." And at first I was taken aback and a little offended, but then she explained, "No. What I mean is, you don't think women should be treated like that, like objects." And she's right. Women should be treated as people. We should all be treated as people. Emma Watson has launched the He for She campaign, and I joined. And this is just my little bit that I can do to help her, to help Lacey Green, and all the other feminists out there, so that I can create a better society to raise my kids in. I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to my rant. I swear not all my videos would be like this. I just really needed to get this out. I mean, I was feeling really down the last couple of days because this was stuff that weighed very heavily on me, and I needed to get it out. I couldn't bottle it up and hold it in. So again, thank you so much. Happy Monday, everyone. I know we all grump about Monday, but hey, it's the start of a new week. Do something good with it. Alright, I'll talk to you later. Peace.